welcome. Today's video, we're going to be exploring shadows and joy, because I can see at this time so many of us are really working towards this pathway of exploring their soul essence and living so deeply in their truth. But what's required is to not bypass the shadows, to meet the shadows, to feel the shadows, to know the shadows. And what can also happen in this time is we can actually get lost and a little bit stuck in the shadow work. So if that's you, I want to let you know that it doesn't last forever. The shadow work doesn't always last. You're not always in shadow work. We're not always ripping and pulling and deconstructing everything. There is space for joy. There is space for awe and wonder and love. And sometimes the truth of it is that you have actually overcome all of those things that you've been working on with your shadow, but you are actually letting the shadow still taunt you. Because you haven't just gone, okay, I'm done with the shadow. And that's literally oftentimes when you have been in the depth of shadow work, when you've been on the depth of healing yourself, of working on yourself, of illuminating all that has been hidden so that you can be in your truth, you've done the work. You've done it. You see yourself. You know all of your potential, but yet you haven't quite gone, okay, I'm going to live that now. Still, they're swirling around. These things are just swirling around, reminding you of all the things that you did in the past, all the shame, all the worry. So you're still not feeling maybe good enough because you're like, oh, I've still got this to work on. I've still got this. You've looked at it. You've done the work on it, my love. So now put it to practice. So I want to give you this mindset shift of, okay, I felt it. I'm experiencing it. I'm aware of it now. I've done the work on it. And then I want you to feel yourself as the one who has done all the work. The one that does feel illumined, enlightened, awake and aware of itself in the physical body. What does your life look like? What are you doing? How are you experiencing? What are you experiencing? How are you experiencing it? Feel that. Feel that. And know when there are parts of your life that have that and the parts of your life that don't. And then look at that and go, okay. So is it the shadow that's still playing there? Does it still need the work? Or is it time for me to implement what I know to be true of myself and of this experience? Do I still need to be playing in that? Or do I simply need to change the tune? I like to see life like, you have these dials, right? Little radio stations. When you're listening to your radio, you could be listening to some music and it just doesn't feel like the music that you want to listen to anymore. And occasionally, a little old song comes on from when you was in your teens and you have a little dance to it, but then it's like, I don't want to keep dancing like that. I don't want to keep playing that song because that's not who I am now. Oh, change the station, dial it up, put it on, and put those songs on that really light you up to who you are now. And that is really what it's like with the frequency dial, of your soul, of your energy. It's just changing the tune. Maybe you need to literally do something like that to have that physical sensation of changing the frequency of what you're experiencing. Are you still playing out that shadow? What song represents that shadow? Put it on, dance it out, move through it. Get that song up that really expresses who you are and how you want to play in whatever experience it is that you feel that shadow is playing through. Put it on, move through it, experience it, feel the sensation of living and embodying that, and keep that song on in the body. Because this is when we really get out of this stuckness, because we're not meant to actually always be doing shadow work. We're not always meant to be doing the hard grafting work and being in the trenches. But sometimes we almost, there's this belief system in the spirituality, like, oh, I don't think that I've done enough work. Oh, this thing is coming up, so I need to go back to the drawing board and do all this work again. Maybe you don't actually need to do it all over again. Maybe you just need to go, I can see where it kind of tripped up. That's okay. Now let's change the record. Let's change the tune to something that suits what I really am truly here for to experience, because I know that that's not me, because you already have the recognition and the awareness, and those are the key things. The reason that you did all the deep work is to find out, to become aware. Now you've done that, you don't need to keep going all the way back, not necessarily, okay? Always down to you, but most of the time, I think we'd spend too much time working in the trenches, that we don't actually reap the rewards and the fruit of the work that we've done. And we stay there and we keep going at it and going at it and going at it. You know, you've ever had that little scar, that little scratch, that little sore, and you just keep going at it and you haven't just let it heal. Let it heal. Becomes new skin. Becomes cleaner, stronger. And that's what you need to do. Just let it heal. Let it do its job. The body naturally can heal, but how oftentimes do we spend so much time, if we're not in that mindset of really trusting and knowing our body, do we put our bodies in the hands of others who then will give us lots of things that would, you know, just numb out the thing that actually is going on, and we could just do the healing work. Let the body heal. Okay, it's healed. Simple. You know, we put so much emphasis on things to heal through all this work, all this work, all this work. And it's really not always the case that it's necessary. So I just want to bring that reminder that it's not always necessary. So if you feel that you are stuck, if you feel that you need to live more in your joy and your pleasure, but you don't know how to get there because you're still living in the circulation of your shadows or your trauma, then I want you to sit here and go, do I actually need to experience that right now? Is it healthy and doing me any good to be sitting here in this shadow? Or actually, do I realize and actually know how I am meant to be living beyond this, and stop playing in that, because it's just playing you. It's just a mirage, you know. It's not even, it's just like pretending that it's still got a hold and it's still there and it's still got a thing hooked into you, and it doesn't. And it's like, oh, no, you don't have a hold. You don't have the hook in me. We did clear it. Sneaky, sneaky. Some of these shadows can be sneaky, sneaky, right? So don't get stuck. Do some practices that actually light you up, light you into your divine self, your true essence. Okay, whatever that means to you. Okay, when you're in that true essence, when you feel the excitement and the joy for life, that is propelling you to live more in alignment. And we don't need to be stuck in those other things. So where do you need to bring more play, more joy, more excitement, more creativity into your life? And start doing that. Start living it. Now, if you've liked this today and you want to explore your soul even deeper, I have a beautiful sacred mandala and meditation for you to go deep into your soul remembrance, activate the soul codes, and to be in that co-creative space with your soul. So hit the link below and you can join into that. or pop into this video here.